let's see the basic commands in Linux. So we are logged in as a student, and which is a unprivileged account. There are different types of users. We'll see in the user management, and let's see how to do a basic operations in Linux. So let's start. The first command is how to check the date in your mission. Basic date command, and say list ls, and ls has a multiple variations in counts and commands. Ls space -l to show the long listing of the files, and ls -ld to show only the directories, and we can ls space -al. This will show you the hidden files in your environment. So here, if any file is having a dot in front of the file or a folder, it is called a hidden file. So when you see ls command, it will not be shown. So to see the hidden files or folders, it is ls -l. Okay, cool. Then we can set the date. Of course, date generally will be managed by using a service called ntp. Okay, and let's create a file. So creation of file can be done into multiple ways. So clear is a command to clear the screen, and let's create a file. To create a file, we have commands called touch, or we can use a command called vi. These are two different files. These are models of commands. Okay, one is the, suppose I don't have any file called my project, so I can say touch my project, and if I say ls -l, it is just created my project, and the size is 0 KB. Okay, so so touch does the two jobs. One is the creating a 0 KB file, and also it updates the timestamp. Okay, so if I want to, okay, let's say if we have another file or folder, we can do a touch for it. That's one way of doing things. And another way is to use a vi command. Say vi, since the my project file doesn't have any file, any data in that, let's open it up, and in that we need to press I on your keyboard to enter into insert mode. This is the insert mode we are in. So we can say type whatever the program you want to write or any document, and press escape on your keyboard. Okay, the insert mode is gone. Then shift : X. Okay, so here if I see the list of the again file, then it has this project has 12 characters. Say I have 12 KB file, so I can open it up using a cat command. This is just to display what is there inside of it. Okay, and we can see that. Suppose I have a very long file, and I want to see the list of all the contents on it. Say let's see a file called we'll understand in future what is the purpose of this file. Let's say etc/pswd password. So this is having details of the users. In case I want to see slowly, because this file is long, I am not able to see the content. Maybe if it is having more than 1000 lines, we'll be having difficulty in seeing it. So I can say I can do it into pipe. So first thing is I can type less. Okay, then it will give you a control to scroll it down. That's one way of doing things. And or else I want to search for a string which is inside of this file. Say I want to search for a string called artikit. So what I do, cat etc pswd pipe grep artikit. Okay, So this grep command, what is the purpose of a grep is, it is a general regular expression syntax or general regular string processor, expression processor, general regular expression processor. It is a little bit advanced from now, so we will discuss, we'll again visit this one. So we are just discussing how to select a string from the command line. Suppose if you have multiple entries on it, we can get that. That is the use of the grep, and we can do the counting of the number of number of the words and characters in a file. So let's say let's pipe it up. Let's say cat is etc eswd and say wc myself. This will tell how many lines are there in a single file. And let's set this one. So wc minus l is the number of lines and wc minus c is the 2313. So here we need to understand a basic point about Linux. So here let's see. So there are something called as Unix principles, and what are the Unix principles is, first one, take everything is a file. So the first principle is in Unix, if you want to understand from the down basics, everything is a file. I'll tell you what's the meaning of this one. And small programs string together are combined to perform a bigger task. Alright, so what we are doing, first thing is the everything is a file. So what does this mean? Anything that is related to anything that is your hardware is also called as a file. So anything hardware means your CPU, memory, hard disk, and all the things, or printer. So everything is considered as a file. So when we go to the managing the, or when we go into the system administration, we'll see why we are calling it as a file. Okay, so the second point is, here we are doing something called as piping. So we take very small programs and we'll combine it together to perform a large task. So we do the piping. So that's what we are doing in the this area. So if I want to get the number of characters in a file, what I'm doing, I'm just doing a piping. I'm not doing any, I'm not using a big exe to do this job for me. That's why. So this command, the second principle here holds good. And if you have observed it here, there are no extensions for these files, or as I didn't say my project is a document or txt or whatever it is. For to find out what is the type of the file, we have a command called, so this is ASCII text. So suppose if I want to see different type of files, but I can go to /bin and say try to do zcat file and zcat, any file what you want. So shell script, okay, and try to do on these ones, say vm config or any file. So sometimes it says binaries and all this sort of stuff. Okay, so this is to understand. So in the regular world or in the GUI, we have this option of it is displaying with the if it is a notepad, it shows this different symbol. If it is a MS PowerPoint, it shows with a different symbol. So here this is a GUI mode, we use this way only. Okay, all right, let's see how. Let's step out of this home directory and see what else we have in the Linux code. So let's try to understand the file system of Linux. So here the slash is called the first directory under Linux. So let's see here. Okay, consider this is your, okay, So this top level is called your slash. So the difference is everything in Linux it is forward slash we use, and it tells okay, this is a forward slash. And then here we have subfolders in this forward slash. There are multiple subfolders are there and each folder is having its own specific use case. Alright, so this is the slash, and here we are having these subfolders like we saw in the for directory, and let's try to understand what's the meaning of it so that it will be easy to work on the as a user management or in the to manage the files or folders or to do system administration or anything. So this is the first hierarchy what we see. So anything will start with slash which is at the top, and this is the slash root. It is nothing but your root home directory. So in a operating environment, in a business environment, consider it is your boss room, and nobody has privileges to go inside it, and the only root when he logs in, he only can go into that folder, or it is a super user. Okay, and slash home. So slash home is a home directory for all the users. One more time, if you take a corporate environment, it is just like the workspace for all the regular associates except the boss. So it's a big open hall where everybody has a cube and they'll sit and work there. So when you come to the office, you'll go directly and sit your place. Okay, we'll see in the file system also. And bin and sbin. So these are the two important directories. What is the bin means? Regular binaries where any normal user will be able to execute it, and sbin or the special binaries where root has the privilege to execute it. Okay. Then slash etc. It is the where all your configuration files are placed. So if you want to change any configuration in the system, the first location to check is in the slash etc. Okay, and slash temp. So where you need to where all the temporary files are there, the system does the calculation and it is being kept here, and USR. So this is the third-party software installation location where we can install in slash optc also, and we can install the required here. Okay, and slash boot. This is the where your boot files are present on the Linux machine. It is a slash boot, and it is the file system will be of very small size. Under slash boot, we'll discuss when we come to the partitioning. And here that's why we don't go and into slash boot and do any changes, because if you do any changes without knowing what exactly you are doing, and it might happen that system doesn't boot. So understand what is inside and do it. Okay, cool. Then slash dev. So slash dev is about all the devices in your machine, where like I said, everything is a file. So all your hard disks and everything is referred as a file in this one. And slash var, it is predominantly for logs, or else it can be used as a home directory or a document root, or nothing but the website where it is hosted. And okay, so this is all about the file system, and we'll be seeing the one by one when it comes to here. So let's see. Okay, we are in slash bin, say ls -l. Okay, so first is let's go to slash ls slash. So these are the folders we are seeing. So we discussed about the important folders, and we can create some more, and there are some other folders will be there. And let's see about the slash boot. This is your the kernel lives here, so don't try to this is the kernel what we are talking about, VM Linux, and don't try to change anything, because it will make it a what you call kernel panic errors. Okay, and let's go to Okay, ls space slash home. So this is right. So here I have a user called student, and because this only one account is there, we have the user called student. Suppose if I create a user called student2, again it will come here. And let's try to list the contents of root. So it says permission denied. It means it is not allowed to enter into a boss chamber. And let's try to see /var and /sbin like this. Okay, so here this is about browsing the file system, and we can go into the folders, but we need to be very, and the safest way to learn Linux is log in as a student or any unprivileged account. So let me help you how to differ is. So if I say id, the command, so the user id is 1000. So let's try to see what is the id of root. So it is 0. So that's the difference. And let's try to see. Okay, etc. Okay, so here the root is 0, and from where it started, and it stopped. Say there is a difference between the, from here the regular users got stopped, and again it has moved to 999. Okay, and then again it is moving to the higher numbers. So any user, so if you see the user student account is created with 1000, then why I'm not able to see the numbers in series, maybe the 600, 700 user IDs. So these are called here, this is the simple difference is this student is having a something called as a shell /bin/bash, but here it doesn't have a no login. Means if you present any student, if a user is presented with a shell, he can log into the machine. If a user doesn't have a shell, it says no login, means it says that no shell is available. That's why these are all no logins. So any no login user will be created between 0 to 999 user ID. So maybe there is in future there is some services will be installed. So that's why they kept the usernames aside or IDs aside, and any login users will be created from 1000. Okay, yeah, great. Let's move to next topic. So okay, we have seen about the files and the file structure. Let's see about creation of folders. Say mkdir is the command to create a folder. Say okay, let's see where we are. So pwd is my current working directory, and this complete name, it starts with / and we call it as absolute path name. And if any path that doesn't have a / in front of it and the starting of it, it's called a relative path. So it will be useful for us to move between the folders if you know the absolute path and relative path. So here pwd, so let me create a directory, so test1. Okay, and I can create multiple directories, say test2, test3, test4. So it is possible. Okay, we got the, okay, cool. And if I want to copy some file, what I can do, I can say cp my project, I want to copy that to say test4. Okay, if I see test4 content, then it is showing my file. So here I am not giving the absolute path, it is a relative path. It doesn't have a / in front of it. Here it should have a /. Or else what is the other way I can do is, I can say for example cp /home student and say my project to test4. So the both commands works fine. So this is generally in a scripting environment, we will be always referring to the absolute path. When you are working in the command line or doing administration, then we will be doing the relative path. So which is an easy way. And say rmdir. So I want to delete test1. Okay, it is okay. It is just deleted it. Test1. And if I want to copy something or move something, okay, we have done the copying. If I want to move, so mv my project, say to test2. Okay, and then here my project is not there, it is there in the test2. Okay, cool. Then what I want to do is I want to rename this file. Okay, say then the command is say mv my project to my test project. Okay, so this mv is used to move the files, and as well as if it is in the, if you have the from to and from destinations are different, move the files. If it is in the same folder, it will rename the files. Okay, next. So when you are doing the management, user management or the file system management, we might be asked to do multiple tasks at a hand. So we have something called as wild characters. Okay, so what is this is? These are nothing but the star and question mark. So how to use this? So let's say I want to list anything that is having TE in front of it. So instead of saying, okay, let's try. Okay, I'm in the other folder, so that's why the command is worked. So ls -l. So here I'm getting the, so let's see, TE ls -l TES star or as ls TE star. It will show you the list of the projects. So or else if you want to be more precise, TEST star. So it will show you the folders which is having the test. Okay, you can do a recursive also. So if you do ls -lr capital R, then we can do the recursive also. And the star means it is applicable to all the characters, and then a question mark, it is a single character. So it depends on the variation of the, it is like a regular expressions what we use, which is generally discussed in the shell scripting. So it has a multiple usages. Instead of typing all the file name, and we can create the we can use it to select the files without specifying all the full name.